a lot of people, like even in job interviews, yeah, they will ask me what is my greatest achievements along my career. I would tell them it is not about job achievement. Is that after 15 years, 14 years, I still have got my passion. In Cantonese is I still got my 初心, like is that I really want to drive some kind of positive change.
Back at the start of your education, what would your advice be?
I would say just take it easy. Everything will work out. Because I think a lot of us, leave the university thinking, what am I going to do with my career? But I think as long as you follow your passion, as long as you really make sure you capture all the opportunity that you could and prepare yourself, be open-minded, it will only be good things that happen to you.
You said follow your passion. What's your passion, Ding?
I think in general, I think at the start of my career, I think climate change, carbon emission, environment is, what drives me into my career. But nowadays, after seeing, so many companies struggling with also other social issues, governance issue, I think right now what I'm working on is really holistically advising company on how to deal with sustainability, your impact to the environment, to the society, and in managing your company as a whole.
Jonathan, you're speaking to your younger self. What would you say?
Keep the passion. Yeah, I really agree with Dane. Yeah, because sustainability is an ever-changing subject. Like back in those days when I start my career path, sustainability wasn't still in textbook. That's why I'm writing sustainability textbook. I was, yeah. So things are changing. So a lot of people, like even in job interviews, yeah, they will ask me what is my greatest achievements along my career. I would tell them it is not about job achievement. Is that after 15 years, 14 years, I still have got my passion. In Cantonese is I still got my 初心, like is that I really want to drive some kind of positive change. Back then, I don't know things very solid about sustainability. When I graduate, I just want to do something good to our Earth. Yeah, that's why I studied geography, because I want to know more about Earth. Yeah, our home. Yeah, and I want to do something good for her. Yeah, so that's my original. Yeah, you can call passions.
Could you give your take on the job scene in the EU, particularly in London and Paris? Are there jobs? Where are there jobs?
I would say the landscape is more or less like Hong Kong. You have different players, like you have a consultancy, you have in-house ESG managers, you also have NGOs that are that helps with anything about activism and etc. You also have government. Like I would say these are 4 key types of players. And where are the jobs? I would say for graduates like people at an entry level, perhaps it's easier to get into consultancy, because that's where you learn the fastest and you gain the most experience. And of course, the responsibility of different players would be very different. Consultancy is really serving companies and advising them on ESG strategy, implementation. For ESG manager, you really take care of the longer term implementation of the company sustainability strategy. You have activists, you have NGOs, which I think is more, I would say, developed better than in Asia, because activism here really works. And we see a lot of people, going on the street every week. Government, it would be more, I would say, from my understanding, is more research focused and making sure there are policy that's developed that helps companies and to report, to align companies' requirement and reporting to ESG, at the same time set ambitious policy to make sure, you know, the kind of commitment government make at the national level can be practically implemented at a company level.
Great, thank you. Jonathan, same question. Where are the jobs?
I have just been here for 6 months. Yeah, so I might not be in the best position to describe the entire employment landscape here in the UK, but at least for Sappho's, we keep hiring. Yeah, and it is very, very difficult for us to hire. Yeah, because there's so many jobs out there. Yeah, especially after COP26, it feels like everybody wakes up and they believe they need to start to do something, at least on climate change. And in parallel, there are new policies rolling out from the UK government to achieve net zero. That's why every company is acting. Yeah. So yeah, there are indeed opportunities out there, whether it is in the consultancy side, or any in-house role, or in the financial sectors with ESG analysts, yeah, fund managers. They need ESG expertise to do all kind of due diligence, for instance. Yeah, I think the job market here is thriving, and yeah, it feels like to me, may not even in the UK, like this decade is gonna be the era of ESG. Like in the millennium, it was the era of IT, and now it's the era of ESG, for instance. Yeah, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I feel like this at least.
But if you're looking for somebody to join, how would they be forming their CV, or how would they be writing their letter to you?
Based on what I have got, yeah, I would prefer like candidates to highlight a bit more like how they work with each other, like how they create solutions for issues, like design or implement solutions for issues. Yeah, I would appreciate that you highlight a bit more like what exactly are the knowledge that you know, but we want to know more about how you actually get things done. Yeah, because sustainability, being a ESG practitioners or sustainability practitioners, I think the core factors, like the key factors, isn't about whether you have got the knowledge. Yeah, because after all, being practitioners, we are trying to convince others to support your goals. It is not that you implement the goals, because we are dealing with global issues. We ESG practitioners can never solve climate change. We need to engage everybody else to solve climate change together. So that's actually the skill set we need instead of just the knowledge itself. Yeah, so highlight more how you get things done, how you engage with people, how you design solutions that can help you engage people. Yeah, this is the key things I would like to see from candidates.
Ding, if I could turn to you with the same question.
Yeah.
People
That's
submitting CVs and letters to you,
Yeah.
what would you like to see?
Absolutely. I think I've been thinking about the answer while Jonathan was answering the question, but
Yeah.
I think I have to be very frank. On CV, I would look for experience. I'll look for relevant experience. So if I see that person really, you know, okay, that person's fresh out of college, of course, they won't have working experience. But if I see perhaps in the university, they've joined certain committee, or they have joined university initiative, for example, I want to see keywords like climate change, green finance, or strategy development, etc., etc. If I see that on a CV, whether it is actual working experience or initiative or experience that this candidate try to, you know, find during their time of their study, it tells me that this person is really motivated and they want to know more about the industry. And of course, when I interview that person, if that person really knows about what is happening in the industry, perhaps through conference events that they have attended, that they can tell me, you know, what is happening from their opinion, what is happening in the real world, because it's very easy to disconnect with the industry when you're studying. And we talk about climate science, we talk about what companies should do, but it's not what company can do or possibly can work together in solving the world sustainability issues.